They say how we're here with Third Movement. I want to thank you guys for coming by and checking out the videos. Today I want to talk about being in the world, but not of the world. I was talking to a friend of mine a couple nights ago, and we was talking about how everything is so different now. And I was talking about how I feel like an alien. Like I don't like this is something like everything I believe in is totally wrong, and everything that disagree with what I believe in is right in this world. And Jesus of course said that. But the Bible is being attacked on so many levels by the world that the church is doing everything they can to almost like to try to prove them wrong and prove the Bible is wrong. But we forgot about living. It's just crazy because like everything the world does, the church does. It seems like we are following the world. The church is following the world. If the world say the Bible is wrong, the church tries to prove it where the Bible is right. And to me, I ain't gotta prove anything. I don't believe the church have anything to prove. Um, I think in the church we gotta do cleaning more than we have to do proving. But when it comes down to the world, it's like okay, like I said, the world want to prove the Bible is wrong. We gotta try to go and prove the Bible is right. When we should be living this thing, people are forgetting about the living, and this is what this video is going to be focused on more of the living. Are you living right? Are you living for Jesus? Are you living not in the world? Well, not you live in the world, but are you living not the ways of the world? Back a few years ago, it seemed like all the politicians was getting caught with homosexual relationships or with other wives and all these things. And the politicians are the world leaders. So what happened? A few years later, pastors started getting caught in homosexual relationships and then having outside marriages. Now we know that's been going on for a while in both entities. Don't get it twisted. We know that the politicians have been doing outside relationships on their wives forever, and so has the church. But it seems like it's like we're following in their lead. It seems like the church is following in the world lead. Um, the world started putting collabos on their music. Started artists start working with different artists, and next thing you know, the world start. I mean, then the church start working with different artists on songs and everything, and then next thing you know, you got a song like, and this was the first to my knowledge, and it may be more, but it was my first hot song to my knowledge was the Lean on Me song when they had like when Kurt Franklin did the Lean on Me song and they had R. Kelly, Bono, and Mary J. Blige. And it was like, okay, now we intertwining the church and the world. Yes, they were singing a church song, but these guys got off the R. Kelly got off that song and started making the most provocative music I ever heard. They went back to that. They went back to that music. I can see if they came to sing a song with the church and actually stay in the church. Okay, that's a change of life. That's good. But no, they did a church song and then they went back to the world. I don't understand that. And we let that happen. The church is we're flirting with the world. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about the government is going to be telling the church what to say. There's no way that the world leaders should be coming into our churches. Every time you hear the Obamas, either him or his wife is at one church speaking, whether his wife be at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Really? How does the world governments come, the leaders of the world's governments come into the church and speak? See, there was a whole setting aside. See, it was a church and it was the government. There was two different entities. It was the government over here who handled everything that the world needed, and then there was a church over here who handled everything the church needed. But somehow the politicians started riding in jets. The politician leaders started riding in jets. The church leaders started riding in jets. Um, the politicians started wearing the nicest suits. The church leaders started wearing the nicest suits. You can't have a business meeting at the church without trying to outshine somebody, and that's what the same thing that goes on in the government. Look at today's church videos from the music, and then look at the government. I mean, look at the world videos. Look at Lil Wayne videos. Yes, it's not to that extent, but it's similar. Yes, Lil Wayne may go further in their videos, but the church, we do stuff that's prerogative. I understand. One of the biggest things in the world is the skirts. You know, you look at the women, they wear the shortest skirts. That's in the church now. The church is taking the lead of the government, and then the thing about it is we can't do nothing about it because the leadership in the church sucks. The leadership in the church is just like the leadership in the government. They're on the same level. They're on the same pace. They're striving for the same thing, and I don't understand it. And this video is not really towards the government leader or the church leader. This video is towards the people in the pew, you guys. This video is for you. You're the one that's letting this happen. They're our leaders, but we select them. We select them to be leaders. If they're not doing their job, then we need to get rid of them. But I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why we can't get rid of them because we're too busy looking at our housewives. We're too busy to get caught up in the NFL and who just got drafted. We're too busy to say, oh man, what happened with Kobe? How many points Kobe put up? Really? For real? Listen, I was a part of this too. I remember after church, I used to talk with my pastor about who about the Lakers and this and the Heat and that and the different Cowboys and the different sports teams. But we have to stop and get better. And I say we because I'm a part of this. We have to stop and get better. Listen, if we allow our government, it's gonna get worse. If we allow our government, it's gonna get worse. But if the government worse, trust me, the church is gonna get worse. The church is gonna because it's one and the same. We used to be in the world, but not of the world. We used to be different. We used to proud on being different. And when somebody stepped up and tried to take what was ours, we'll take it back. Now we want to be like the world. Here's the deal. There was a time when the world used to want to be like the church. That's look at the whole Constitution. It was built on the Bible. Marriage came from the church. The government took marriage from us. It came from the church. God defined marriage throughout the Bible, but it says the best in Genesis 2. God defined the marriage in Genesis 2 the best I can ever define it. But now we let marriage go, and now the world want to redefine it, and we're going to go right along with it, and we're going to follow the world and follow it to redesign. Man, listen, marriage is between a man and a woman. That's the definition of a marriage. Now, if the government want to create a union, personally, I don't care. If they want to say, okay, there's a man and man union, I don't care. I don't fight against the government. That's not my place. My place is in the church. My place is in the body of Christ. Jesus did not come to fight the government. He came after men's hearts. He fought against the church. He fought against the Pharisees, who was the church leaders. That's who he fought against. He didn't fight against Caesar. That was not his fight. But so many times, we want to hold a fight against the government when the church is doing the same thing. We should be fighting the church. We need some people to come up and stand up and say, you know what? We're going to take the church back. That's what this video is about. It's about us. It's about us coming up and saying, we're going to take the church back. It's 3 ways we can take this church back, man. The first way and the most important way is prayer. We have to pray. We have to pray that our leaders stop acting like the world. We have to pray that our members in the church stop acting like the world. We have to pray that our music stop sounding like the world. That our movies stop looking like the world movies. We have to pray this stuff. Everybody say, well, prayer can change, prayer can change. Well, let's put it to work. Let's put it together and put it and let's change. The reason why the church is the laughing stock of the world, and we are, don't get it twisted, we are the laughing stock of the world. Islam, they respect it. You may hate Islam, the Muslims or whatever, but they respect it. The church is not respected. We're the most